What are you doing?
Watching GoGameGo live.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
Casey Neidall with his
Is that who that is?
Attire. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
We got Papa Pete.
Papa
He
Pete.
just left a message. Rocket League. I don't know what he means.
Oh, I think I know what he's talking about. He just got to it before I did.
I'm surprised he didn't say it in French.
Oh. Come on, he can get to it.
Nothing says getting your ass kicked like somebody drunk trash talking you in French.
Amen to that.
That was just rock bottom for that night for me.
My mom is here.
Which is one of my favorite songs.
Salvatore. Kurt Bradshaw.
Kurt Salvatore. Look at all these
Graphic
people.
God.
Ah, Graphic God.
JD.
GUG up in the house.
What's going on, guys? You're doing a show tomorrow? Is that right?
We are going to live stream the Video Game Awards. So we decided not to do a show last night because 3 nights in a row is how you get divorced. So we're doing the show tonight, and we're doing the live stream of the VGAs tomorrow. So we're going to do a live react. There it is. Thank you, Bob.
There you go.
Pete. So
I didn't realize it was time for the Video Game Awards already.
And nobody else did either. Don't worry. It's really become just, you know what it is? Honestly, it's people just wanting to watch the new trailers. If there are new trailers, nobody cares about the awards themselves.
Yeah, we get more excited about that.
Exactly.
Jeff Keighley gets excited by all the celebrities he invites on.
Yeah,
He loves
the
that.
ones who have never played a video game because they don't know how to say them. Still never forget Vin Diesel standing on stage going, "Yeah, this great new game, Sekiro."
Yeah, and some of the categories that are not the popular ones, they get caught in between commercials. Or they'll say real quick, before we go to the next category, they go, so-and-so won this and so-and-so won that. And you're like, oh, okay.
Right. Now we have to make our money.
Right.
I always like that when they just kind of brush off a whole category.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Before the show, best action adventure game.
Mm-hmm.
No, we didn't want to see that.
Are they doing a pre-show again?
Probably.
But I did see something that it will be shorter due to feedback.
Yes.
So not sure how much shorter, but
Who's doing the pre-show? Is it Sydney Goodman again?
Oh no, she might have to get up and use the bathroom during a Halo segment or something.
Hey, let me tell you, I had a gig on Saturday, and it was about an hour away from my house. And I was down, you know how it is before a gig, Mike. You know, you got to get plenty of water. You got to be ready, you know, right?
Yep, had a gig
So
Saturday.
I'm cramming water on Friday and Saturday. I pee while I'm loading gear. And then before I go, my God, I got to go again. So I go, I hop in the car. I'm driving out there, I get about 8 to 10 miles away from the place. And I have got to go. And I think I say it's one of the top 5 times I've had to pee. One of them was in Ireland after I drank 2 big pints of Guinness at the brewery, and we had a 2-hour road trip after that before we stopped. And I'm like, oh my God. And the other time I was downtown in my hometown partying, and I couldn't find a bathroom to save my life. Welcome to the dumpster.
Oh,
so, I'm not proud. You got to go. You got to go.
You got to go.
Your bladder.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You never want to. No, that's.
It's not like I said, "Hey, everybody, woo-hoo.
Look over here."
Yeah, not like the dude down on the landing decades ago that just There was a bar that you walk down into it, and as I was coming out, there's some dude just got it whipped up, just pissing right by the. I'm like, are you freaking serious?
Was there a line to the bathroom?
Or to watch him pee?
That'd be funny if they formed a line behind him. Like, I got to go too.
Now you make
All the
me-
other ones, they can't hold it.
But we had a good gig though.
Oh,
We
brother
had-
Brian. What was it? What was the gig?
It was my new band, Edge of Blue.
Ooh, what kind of music?
And we were playing in a place, small club out in Marthasville.
Nice.
so.
What kind of music?
Blues rock.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So
I had a,
maybe
I had a,
right, those depends. Maybe.
I had a gig with so I've been playing again with a big band I played with a decade ago,
Yeah.
and I had a gig Saturday night, just a little 15-piece job, and then this weekend, this Saturday, the guitar player and I created this duo like 15 years ago, Days of Vinyl, and like we use MIDIs and run them through my keyboard, and I play, he plays guitar, we both sing, and really good. So the when I rejoined the band, the bigger band, guys like, you guys would be perfect for these smaller venues we can't fit into. Would you be interested if I said, would I'd want to call you Mood Swings, but would you be? I said, I don't care what you call us. You can pay us. So we're doing a job Saturday with him and I, and then we're gonna have like a couple of the band's female vocalists and a horn player or two come in, and we're gonna tear up one of these nice little restaurant areas. So.
Yeah, I got my kids' music. Their marching band leader, their band leader in high school, lives right by me. So I've talked to him, and his son just won state for trumpet. So I
nice.
played with Dave Weckel here, and right, and so I've talked to them about sitting in with. He goes, man, I'd love to just come out and sit in with you guys. He did sit in with one of my bands one night and he played trombone on 25 or 64, and then he goes, do you mind if I stay on? So we did Rocky Mountain Way, and he blew some horns through that too.
It's a great song.
So yeah, it's a great song. So
love Joe Walsh.
we just did that the other day. So.
Graphic God, is this a shot at our show?
No,
Or you talking about
he said he's not going to watch the VGAs because it's paid for by.
But
it's at the Microsoft Theater, so JD, I'm not terribly far from where you might be. We're at Bowley's on the Bay.
Oh, and then Kurt, just so Kurt knows, and for you, Jeff, too, we just got another gig. We're going to be out in St. Charles on Main Street at Tuners in January.
Very cool.
So
let's go.
Nice.
Yep. So
that is outstanding, Stu.
it is. I'm pretty excited. I'll tell you what, though, doing all the vocals for a 4-hour gig,
So I don't have to worry about that. And I've been there. I don't have to worry about that. I split the vocals with my guitar player.
I used to do that.
Well, this gig though is going to be heavy me because it's more modern-ish music. So Shut Up and Dance, Uptown Funk, Hard to Handle, stuff like that. So that is typically, and I'm the higher of the two vocalists. So my vocal range is kind of, I could touch the high C, the Steve Perry high C. I could touch it. So
I know. There's a lot of Steve Perry I can sing, but then there are those key moments that you're like, I'm not.
Yeah, I'll just sing that an octave lower.
Yeah, that's like David Coverdale does that shit too. It's like there's always one note. Thing I can't do. Jeff saw me not do it one time.
I could hit in the night, but I can't sustain it as long as Steve Perry did. So, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, yeah, I mean.
So anyway, so the good news is I got two female vocalists that are coming in from the big band, and I said, you know what, you ladies can sing these songs, and that way I'm not singing everything Saturday night.
Oh man,
so I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm dying to have a female that plays guitar or piano that sings. I'm dying to have that in my band.
That would be great.
Yeah, because there's so many great duet tunes that I would love to do. I've done them in the past. I sang, I did the Mike Reno parts in Almost Paradise.
Oh, yeah.
Years ago.
So we got songs like Raise Your Glass. So we brought it down to E so I can sing that. We used to have Firework, Katy Perry, but I hate that song. And to an extension, Her. So we originally dropped that song until I rejoined his band, and we're like, females, they could take that song.
Absolutely.
And so I've got some stuff that we were singing that we, time after time, my guitar player sang, and he's like, I don't want to sing that anymore. So here you go.
God, that's one of my all-time favorite 80s tunes.
Cyndi Lauper was incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
I love Cyndi Lauper.
And we'd have to bring the key down so that it would fit a male range.
Yeah.
But now we can play it like it was intended.
Yeah. I mean, there was some guy. I've got a buddy of mine here who sings Heart. Original key.
Nice. Original key?
Yeah, he does. He does Alone. Yeah, he does Alone.
Wow.
In the original key.
I mean, I'm not that
phenomenal. High. Little dude. Yeah, just one of the sweetest guys I've ever met.
Nice.
We were in the jam band together, and man, we freaking killed it.
Small guy, thin vocal cords.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, he's about five. I don't know. He's like 5'6" and just skinny dude. Good. It looks like a little musketeer. I mean, he's got the little.
Oh, that's funny.
The sharp chin and the little thin mustache, and just a sharp looking dude. So, yeah, very Jack Sparrow.
JD, if you're around, man, 7 to 11. If you are anywhere in the vicinity, just slide in.
And what did they say earlier about women?
Would have put the Georgia satellites over if they were honks.
Yeah, that's funny. Big Block. What's Big Block saying about Coverdale? Speaking of Coverdale, I love Whitesnake stuff from 78 to 84. Well, what's the matter with 87?
Doesn't like him.
And then when Steve Vai joined, they did Slip of the Tongue. I enjoyed that record. And Steve Vai, I mean, come on.
I'm not as big a Steve Vai guy as other people are. Like I don't dislike him, and he was phenomenal in Crossroads. But my Stevie is Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's my Stevie.
Oh well, yeah.
And of course Stevie Wonder, but that's because I'm a keyboard player. So
true. But is Stevie blind or not?
He says he is.
That video of him catching that mic stand, dude. Come on. That's some ninja shit right there, man.
But didn't you ever see the movie Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer?
Dude, I just bought it. I just watched it last weekend.
What'd you think of it?
Oh, it's fun. It's a fun flick.
It is a fun movie.
Yeah.
Especially at the end where he's like, oh,
yeah. That needs to be a video game. I'm telling you.
That does.
That would be great.
Speaking of video games, Chris is down there going, you guys shut up and talk about some video games.
No, I mean, it's always interesting to hear, especially when, watch you guys listen to your, especially Stu, your history of music, just everything. Because I don't have that whole who, what, I could listen to something on radio. I'm like, who sings this? I don't know.
Yeah.
A certain song. But of course, I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so I'm more in tune with that stuff. Like y'all were talking about Heart. And my dad, that was one of the first albums that he would play all the time with me and my brother. And then he'd teach us how to play air guitar and all that stuff, So I grew up with the 70s and 80s rock and roll,
Yeah.
Because my dad. So my uncle, he had a band. He played down here locally in Corpus. And when he got Navy, he would still keep up with that. He had a band up in Virginia when he was stationed up there. And then one time he played with he did a gig with Bryan Adams. Well, it was more like a commercial in the studio.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that was just like one thing. He's like, oh yeah, my most famous thing. But My uncle,
Everything I
he's real.
do,
He's
I
an
sell
art.
it to you.
He can play every instrument. He has his own little studio, and he would put together his own music. He'll send us a tape, and I loved it. I mean,
That's awesome.
That's what my neighbor does next door. He records a lot of stuff in his basement and sounds great. I mean, I flipped out. He played me something recently. You just mentioned Bryan Adams. That reminds me of two things. One of them, Mike, was something that I was going to bring up when we were talking about doing the bands and stuff, and the songs that you play. So I'm just trying to figure out which one came first. All right, I'll do that one. So the 80s band, I did an 80s band with a friend of mine. We only did one gig. They did another gig. But as soon as we were done with this, it was a free gig. And it was for a fundraiser. And it was a lot of work for me, extra. And then at the end of the night, they were like, oh, well, that was so much fun. Can we do that some more? And I was like, I don't know. And they were like, well, let's rehearse at your house tomorrow. And I'm like, no. I said, I'm sick of, aren't you sick of me? I'm sick of me. No. And they're like, oh, come on. I go, look, we'll have a business meeting about it and we'll do that. Well, they all came over and I took and we had a female singer. There you go, Mike. That's what I was thinking about. Female singer in the band. So I took Summer of '69 off because who doesn't do that farting song?
And we do.
If it was the only song and I did in my other band that I left.
And I'm the one it's funny. I sing it because my guitar player can't.
Oh.
So whenever we say, and when I play that old 6-string, I point to him and he goes,
like this.
Yes.
Yeah, if that was the only hit on the record, damn straight I'd play it. It's a great song, great record.
It is. I mean, obviously that is.
He had like 5 hits off that record, and we had a female singer, so why not do it? It's Only Love.
That's a good one. I mean,
so
that's a really
we
good
play
song.
somebody in my band, and I want to play Run to You. So
Run to You is a good one. Yeah. See, and what's weird is I like Summer '69 better than I like Run to You.
Oh yeah, and I get that, but again, for me, it's the reason I won't go to McDonald's. It's not that bad because I do like Summer of '69 still. I think that album with Jim Vallance that he did was brilliant. And that leads to me a second thing on that. One of my favorite memories that I'll take to the grave was hanging with Wayward Sons from the UK. I've spoken with them on my show. And,
I remember that.
And also Steel Panther. I flew all the way over to Europe, went to their show, and ended up at a TGI Friday watching the Super Bowl with those two bands. And I went over to the table before we took off and sat and we talked about the album Reckless. And Toby was like talking about how brilliant it was and talking to Jim Vallance about the record and how they wrote some of those songs. And
remind me, because I remember watching your Hammer Away with Wayward Sons.
Mm-hmm.
They're the aren't they like they're an 80s cover band.
No. There's two Wayward Sons. That got me in trouble not in trouble, but in a misunderstanding with Toby right off the bat when we started talking, because I said, wait, looks like you guys are going to be in California. He's like, no, that's the other Wayward Sons. It's a whole other thing that they put on wigs and do 70s and 80s, whatever they do. I don't know.
So
but these guys are straight out. But Toby did get started in the 80s with a band called Little Angels. So he did multiple records with Little Angels. I think they had 4 or 5 records. And then, and which Don't Pray For Me is a freaking brilliant record. The other ones are really good, but Don't Pray For Me is where I started. And then, and now Wayward Sons has 4 albums out now. Even Up the Score is the latest. And they're all fantastic. So they're from the UK. So if you look them up,
I'm looking them up right now.
Yeah. So they had Ghosts of Yet to Come, was 2017. And then the next one came out.
They have it looks like the latest one's called Score Settled.
Well, yes, they have an EP where they released some other things, like a song that we're going to end up doing in the band called Totally Screwed. And that it was a hidden track on the second one, The True Thing, what it used to be. And that was at the end of that. And there was a big empty gap. You know how they used to do that on CDs in the late 80s, 90s? They used to put that gap, and then they'd have a hidden song at the end. That was their Totally Screwed as their hidden track. But on that, Score Settled, that's got some extra tracks that didn't make stuff. And I think it's got a couple of other songs.
But this features 3 new unreleased songs that were recorded during the sessions for Even Up the Score, as well as 3 tracks that were previously only released in a physical format.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but then now they've got Totally Screwed with no, it's just no long pause. So, but yeah, anyway, really good stuff. That's Wayward Sons from the UK. Toby Jepson is the lead. He writes everything. And then their guitar player is now going to be playing with Black Star Writers, who are the guys who were Thin Lizzy. And then they wrote a bunch of new material and decided let's call it something new, because we have so much new material. Let's call it something different. They came up with Black Star Writers. So Sam, the guitarist for Wayward Sons, brilliant. One of the nicest freaking guys I've ever met. Literally one of the nicest freaking guys I've ever met. A great guitar player. He's going to be playing for them on the tour while Toby's on an awesome trip with his wife. And then when they get back, they'll get back to work. But and then the drummer, Phil Martini, played with Joe Elliott in the Down and Outs. So Joe Elliott from Def Leppard. And they played. Oh, and I wanted to tell you this one, Fastback. There's now just bought 3 more copies of it. So you talk about 70s, 1977, when Mott the Hoople split up, a bunch of the other guys went and did a band called British Lions. And that's some fantastic stuff. I don't know if you use a streaming like Spotify
service and Amazon.
Okay, look up British Lions. Make sure you put an S on the end, because British Lion is a project that Steve Harris from Iron Maiden did. There was a bunch of guys who had written some songs that he'd met and decided to do these recordings with them. I think they did 2 records, but that's British Lion, singular.
Yeah.
You Want British Lions from 1977. Their first album is really the one that makes the mark. The second album was not the first record. I guess that's the easiest way to say it.
Mike,
now Jeff is the one saying, "We all shut the hell up."
Jeff,
what is that? So I'm gonna get people triggered. What is on your shirt, Jeff? I need one of those.
Oh no!
I need one of those.
It's a GoGameGo Amico.
Nice.
It's a pop on, pop off, wasn't it? Right?
There's only 3 in existence. I have one. My dad has one, and Chuck, DJC, has one.
Nice.
And then
I'll trigger people even more for you.
And then Television ripped it down.
Oh,
they took it down off of TV.
They took it down?
They did.
That is unfair.
Like people do.
I know. I even got it cleared from them, and then they took it down.
It's clear until you actually do it.
When's the GoGameGo Amico coming out?
Well, I want the one that gets signed by you guys. I want the one that's the super deluxe, super secret Founders Edition.
Oh, my mom has one too. That means there's 4 in existence. Okay.
Oh, snap.
Well, Mike, just send that test edition you got to Jeff, and he'll sign it. Send it back.
I'll draw a little GoGameGo logo on it.
Yes. And when I have to send it back, and Phil looks at it, what the hell is this? Oh well,
Did anyone hear this story today about EverCade?
No.
wrench struck today.
God.
What?
So wait,
happened?
so I might have seen a video from one of my friends online who had made a video about the Capcom Evercade collection. Is that what we're
Yeah.
talking about?
No, the Capcom collection is built in.
The EXP.
It's digital only on the EXP. Yeah, there's not even
Right.
a physical of it, which sets
Right.
some people off because I like the Evercade because it's all physical. But
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the deal they got. I don't know what you're gonna do. But today
Oh, I see
there's
it.
there's a special edition EXP that's black. And today, or maybe it was yesterday, I don't know. But somebody broke in, I guess, the warehouse at Funko's Fun Stock and stole them all.
Stole them.
Wow.
Oh
All of
my
them.
gosh.
So if you see one on eBay, it was, I guess, more than likely stolen.
Good grief.
Wow.
On December 6th, a robbery resulted in all stock for the US as well as the UK and much of the rest of the world. EU bound stock was not affected.
And the regular
Wow.
edition was not affected.
They knew what they wanted.
Crazy.
Wow. JD, it's my fault.
I get a kick out.
My fault. Don't blame Jeff. Or
And I
don't
don't think
blame Stu. It's my fault.
I don't think JD remembers. We don't have topics.
Right. What do you think this is? NLG?
We don't need no stinking topic. John
Actually,
Cafford
you
and
guys,
Beaver Brown
you
Band.
guys taught us how to almost not.
I'm getting a little soured on Evercade. But after this,
Really?
and then earlier they had an Atari arcade collection.
Wow.
Mhm.
I was excited because it had Asteroids Deluxe on it. So I put it in, go to play it. I'm like, this isn't Asteroids Deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is just Asteroids. And I sent them a message and nothing.
Peter, you moved.
I moved. Yes, I did.
Oh, it's very
I
nice.
did.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
The piano later
Apparently
on
the
tonight.
salary I'm paying him is insane.
No, almost, Mike. It is. I just got off the phone with my broker and sold all my Sony PlayStation stock. Well, it still has value. Oh, not this kind of a show. Sorry.
All I know is Mike almost led me to another inappropriate moment there. I was just wondering if he was looking down at what he wanted to show us earlier. And Peter, you moved.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was a personal observation.
All right, so that is the one thing I will say with the Atari VCS. The Atari Vault has Asteroids Deluxe, and it has the arcade Asteroids Deluxe.
Yes, I love that.
And it's really nice.
It is.
Well, it's
It
also
is.
on here. Asteroids Deluxe.
You know what isn't? The Atari VCS version of that.
Oh, wait, Atari VCS version of Asteroids Deluxe?
No, of the Atari 50th.
Oh, yeah, it's not out yet.
Yeah, it's not
What's
out
going
yet.
on with that? How did they not put it out on their own system?
Well,
I mean, no, but it's not Atari that actually did it's
right. It's
Digital clip.
Digital Eclipse.
Yeah.
But apparently Atari didn't push very hard to have the game come out on their flagship system. And I get so the argument was, well, do you release it on a system that might have sold, 80,000 consoles, or do you prioritize the consoles that have sold, 10 million? I'm like, okay, but that's why you've only sold 80,000, because you can't prioritize your own system enough to have. I mean, the reason I'm buying it on the VCS is because of the classic controller, and I feel like it's an Atari. I should be playing Atari games on the Atari.
True.
So
But what makes it an Atari? Just the logo?
Yeah.
This is a good. Well, the controller, the old stuff.
No, yeah, right.
But no,
I
but
mean,
to your
the
but I
box
understand your
itself.
point. No, and the look of the case, but I understand your point. At the end of the day, it's a mini PC. So, yes, the new Jeff the new Jeff Minter game.
Yep.
So
I assume that'll be on all systems at some point.
yes.
And it's not to be confused with Sticks, Aku Aku. So just
Or the Sega Saturn's Baku Baku.
oh, see,
Hey,
I
Pete just
tried
put
to
out
go
a,
to music and you yanked us right back to games. That's the way it goes. See?
It's
It's a tennis game. It's a tennis match.
I refuse to make that mistake again.
I do not.
I just got an alert on my phone. Papa Pete's put out a new video.
Yeah. Why can't he wait till we're done? See, he's still mocking. He's still from the chat. He's still mocking us.
I like
Speaking
he's
of
wearing a Go
French.
Game Go shirt in his thumbnail. So I'm all for that.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Exactly.
he did. He said, and check out that beautiful shirt in the thumbnail.
All right, Mike. So I got to ask you. Why
What
you
is
hate-
it with the penis, my dears? Oh,
why
sorry.
you-
Go ahead.
Why do you hate Nintendo, Mike?
What?
Tell me why.
Tell him, Jeff. Put him on the spot.
Wait, where did this rumor come from? Even though
Here's
it's
the
true,
spot.
but where did this
Up on
rumor
the
come
spot.
from?
Oh, I watched your show and I dipped out for a bit. I came back and you guys were talking about Splatoon. And I was like, oh, son of a gun. It's at the very end and you were done. I was like, darn it. I completely missed the Splatoon talk.
Well, I did tell Mike. I said, well, 'cause we were talking about that being, the nomination. And I said, this is a good one for GoGameGo to talk about Splatoon.
Yeah.
I play Splatoon 3 every day.
Oh, I know you do. That's
Love
we mentioned you. We name dropped you. And I would like to point out, by the way, that Papa Pete's Go Game Go shirt has some messed up, missing things in it, whereas mine is completely pristine. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Wait, does that mean this is the first time you've worn it?
That's what I said. Because he actually wears it on the regular basis.
You know what?
Still has the sales tax on the tag on it.
It's the mini pearl version of the Go Game Go shirt.
Hmm.
Right. Too, if you pause his video just right, Coco looks like the most drunk cat ever.
Coco is
If you
hilarious.
If you just pause it, hold on. If you just pause the screen just
Okay.
right.
I like that Coco takes up the entire basket.
Yes.
He lays
Hold
down.
on.
Just-
Show this. looks like someone hit the catnip bottle pretty hard.
Who ordered a
looked
basket of cat?
It looks like Pete's gonna start going off on how Coco just drank his beer. So this is my drunk cat, and I hope you're proud of yourself for drinking my freaking beer.
The cat said, "You're damn right."
Piss off.
How do I say this in French?
How do you say piss off in French?
French. Right.
Peace off.
Oh my God.
off.
We can only do it with
Making her
gestures.
cry if she
So,
had feelings.
Does anybody have these?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yes. We don't have the case.
I
But
just bought those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
yeah,
crap.
case.
Each
That's cool.
Where'd you get the case from? Because both of my kids have a Seth has Mario and Spencer has Luigi, and they just leave them all over the place. You're gonna have to show me where you got the cases from.
Yeah,
because
they
that
were
would be-
on Amazon. They were 18
All right.
bucks a piece.
That is one of
Nice.
their Hanukkah gifts.
The thing I love about these cars is they're short.
Oh, they're awesome.
So they go underneath. We have a couch downstairs and another piece of furniture. You can drive right underneath those. I drove underneath a dresser last night. They're just awesome.
That's a good way to see if you can find something you lost.
That's right. You just got to put a flashlight on the front.
I may hate Nintendo, but that was a really good product. That is That is a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that it was a whole other Mario game.
Yeah. Well, if you set up, I mean, you've set up the things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you drive by them, and they actually, I thought that was really cool.
I think one of my favorite things, I've only done it once because I've only created one track so far. I just got them for my birthday, and but Jeff, it kind of was Splatoonish in the beginning because when you set up all of your 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then they're like, "Do you want to set up the track?" You're like, "Yeah." So then the Koopa comes down that has the startup light, comes down and pours purple paint on your wheels.
Yep.
And then you go drive the course, and then when you get back to the end, then it's painted your course digitally.
Yeah.
So it's really freaking cool.
And there are some of the, like if you hit a banana, it screws up your steering. I mean, it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing how they kind of brought something like that where Mario Kart and an AR type game to you that, I mean, it's in your living room or wherever you set up.
Yeah. And I mean, so many of the houses now, like ours, you know, you can walk all the way around, right? You can go from one room. There's a constant loop that you can walk, and you can drive these things. The cool thing is I had RC cars growing up, right? But I mean, I couldn't sit in one spot and see where I was going. You know, you could try it and see if you could get from one room back to the other, but you're driving, you're Stevie Wondering it, and you're like, well, where am I? But this thing's got a camera, and you just, okay, I'll just drive back to me.
You ever chase the cat with it?
I did.
We have. Yes, we have.
I did. Mine just kind of looks at it. He doesn't really run away from it. I pulled Luigi right up in his face last night. He was sitting in the closet. He's like, "I'll be over here," and I just pulled right up to him. He just sat there and looked at it.
Here, actually,
is it one of Papa Pete's cat siblings?
Here, I can show you what it looks like. Here was one of our Video Games Monthly box openings where Seth showed it off. So this was the red Mario, and yeah, I mean, let me see. And I took some gameplay footage. The camera on this thing was really impressive.
I thought so too. Yeah.
Let's see.
Because you can put it on your television as well.
You can.
That's what's kind of fun too. I mean,
and these are the.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Yeah. And what you don't see is that those things on your Switch really do light up, and they really do. It makes it look like there's a little bit of Mario Kart going on.
Yeah.
Here you go. See, check it out. Whatever transmitters they have in the cardboard.
It's really cool technology there.
Yeah. So I thought this was a very ingenious product.
Me too.
This is a far cry from the Labo.
And they had them on sale recently, right before my birthday. I'm like, I think I know what I want for my birthday.
Yeah.
So I just ordered them both. They were like, I don't know, they weren't half price, but I mean, they were close enough. They were at least 30% off, maybe 35.
I mean, even for what what they paid, it was, it was like $80 a piece per car. I mean, it wasn't bad.
No, mine was even less than that.
Salvatore's got a bone to pick with Stevie Wonder.
Oh no!
Don't get me started on Stevie Wonder. My daughter just saw him live. Why?
Really?
Why, Salvatore?
He didn't see her.
Oh, you guys, I'm telling you, I was at the gig the other night. We were getting ready to play Long Tall Sally. We kind of go by the Molly Hatchet version, which isn't probably too far off from the original. But, there's been talk these days about, Elvis Presley was the king of rock and roll, but he didn't write anything. He performed songs. He was brilliant with what he did, and he was a great performer. But I mean, as far as writing songs and doing that. I mean, the kings of rock and roll are like Little Richard and, you know, some of these guys. But I start into an explanation of that. I don't like to talk a lot at gigs, but I started in on the Elvis thing because I think my guitar player was adjusting something. And I'm like, well, I got a second. And I start talking about Elvis, and this guy points to his wife. He's like, oh, careful. She's an Elvis fan. And I'm like, okay, no, it's all good. Then I start talking about, as I start getting into another dicey moment with my story, all of a sudden out of the blue, there's feedback in the system. And I said, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to take that as a sign to just move on.
Elvis was in the building.
So we just started the song, but yeah. I did mention about the Dolly Parton part where, you know, they wanted one of her songs and wanted a partial writing credit. And she's like, no. So one of my favorite Dolly Parton stories.
JWD, Nintendo sold a box of cardboard for $60.
Yes, they did.
I'm guessing they did pretty well.
Yes, they did.
I don't know another
Yeah.
company that could do that.
And people bought them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although they did at the end, I saw a bunch of them cleared out. I don't think we'll ever see another one
I don't think so.
because
Until the next crazy idea.
JWD's right. They probably didn't make as much as they thought they were going to.
Yeah. But those cars, man, if they run a good deal on them, or if you're wondering about them, I think they're a blast.
I wonder if
As
that's
an
the
adult
last of them because they've been out for a
child.
while now.
What'd you say, Jeff? I'm sorry.
I wonder if that's the last of them. I wonder if they were clearing them out.
I don't think so, but I mean,
I don't know.
there
how
was.
they
I
sold
also
it. have
watched
no
another
idea.
video where they were mentioning, you know, are they going to come out with other characters anytime, or are they? How did it do if they're not going to? Because maybe it didn't go as well as they thought. So
Yeah.
So those Mario Kart, the new tracks came out, and I saw on Twitter someone mentioned apparently now you have an option when you're racing with people, you can select every single item you want or don't want in your games,
oh,
which
What
is
did
a
we
huge
used to-
deal. Apparently, on this new update, they included that, which was kind of a surprise.
which is it's kind of like
You can get rid of the blue shell.
Crash Team Racing,
Yeah.
where you can pick and choose a little bit.
Yes, don't get water anywhere near the labo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mario Kart for the holidays, I would take my Wii over to the family's house, and we just get into it. We loved it. It's one of your all-time favorites.
Mike, I think I'm going to clip all your nice things you said about Nintendo and make a video on it.
Don't make me have to do a reaction video to that.
Don't make me come down there.
Did we ever get an answer on the Stevie Wonder thing?
Right. I want to know what Salvatore's. I don't know.
Don't get me
what- I wanna
started.
know what-
Okay, so here
Yeah.
it is. Don't get
He
me
said,
started on
Don't-
Stevie
he
Wonder.
said, his response was, I said, don't get me started.
I know. But now you can't just drop something like that and leave.
Yeah, I don't think I started anything. I think you started that, Salvatore. I think that's your start.
Yeah,
And
you-
now
you
I'm
can't-
hungry for an answer.
Yes. You can't just say that and go.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
he had a brush with Stevie in real life.
Maybe
That's
a
like,
staring
don't get me
contest.
started on constricting underwear.
Superstition is so you'll appreciate this, Stu. That's one of the songs we do, and
Yeah.
that is the one song where my guitar player will put down his guitar and he will come over to the keyboard with me. I will be playing. I'll be playing the main lick,
Right.
and he up top will do the chording.
Sweet.
And people will go, what the hell's going on? And they'll come over to see us, and they'll like watch us as we are, four hands on the keyboard. That's really cool.
Sounds like you guys need to do some of those on the street musician videos.
Yeah, no.
No, yeah, that is an idea.
Because believe it or not, we are, and not to get this back to a Hammer Away show, but we're an event band. Believe it, for just two of us Dude, we crab feast, bull roast, the occasional wedding, because people want live music, but they don't want to pay 25-piece bands. So, I mean, we come in at around DJ prices, but you get live music, and so
Right. So you have the option of just having it sound live, like you say. You know, there's I could go and get my records and I could bring them in here and play all that stuff, or
you can watch us do it, but it's not. Yeah. It's not necessarily like karaoke because we don't have, we're not bringing in like CDs or anything like that. If I screw up playing the keyboard and Wayne screws up playing the guitar, it's going to sound like crap. So we still have to perform.
Sure.
We just don't need a bass player or drummer. I'd love to have a bass player, and then I could just cut the bass out. And so
anytime you're ready, just call me.
Yeah, I'll get you on a flight from all the way out there.
Yeah, I can come mess up your gig, no problem.
Oh, we'd love that.
We're gonna sound like a Miko party.
All right, hold on.
I agree with Lance here. We need a Sega Dreamcast Mini.
Yeah, but CC,
there's my
CC
Sega
mental.
Dreamcast right there.
Hold on, CC mental. Just my Spidey senses said. Like it's short. My Spidey senses went off and said, "Someone typed in Sega Saturn in the chat." My boy CC Mental. That's you have now been promoted to brother CC Mental.
Although that'd be sister.
Sister CC Mental. I see.
There you go. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff.
I do this all the time. I did this to Assassin Lupa the first time I met her, and so you are now Sister CC Mental.
I do agree with Pete. I need more Saturn games.
And
I
love seeing that Stashnet's here and is asking that same question that we want to know the answer.
Oh, he said it.
And what was it? Fine, Stevie isn't blind. See?
No.
So that whole joke that Eddie Murphy gave all those decades ago isn't really funny. Because he could have done it.
Inside joke.
You want to impress me, Stevie? Take the wheel.
I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember that.
Man, those were the days of comedy, man, right there.
That's when comedy, yes.
Pryor running hot, Carlin running hot, Murphy running hot. And Robin Williams.
Oh my goodness. Reality, what a concept, was one of my favorite comedy albums.
Absolutely.
Of all time.
What was his name? The one that yelled a lot?
Well, there's a couple. There's Sam Kinison.
Yeah, I think it was Sam Kinison.
Yep. What was this one?
The Ghost of Cake.
The time he caught a microphone. See? There it was. The time he caught the microphone that Paul McCartney knocked over.
And you don't think he didn't just hear it?
No. Because I didn't even hear it. When I watched the video, I'm like, I didn't even hear the sounds that I made the other night when I bumped my mic.
The Go Game Aquarium is not wrong.
How would I even know when her avatar is a llama? How would I even know? I'm claiming ignorance. No one prepped me for this.
Are you complaining about oh crap! A gender neutral avatar? Is that what you're talking about?
She came in and said Sega Saturn, and I got excited.
Now you could be even more excited that men and women love the Sega Saturn.
Dang right.
Well, according to YouTube, we have 100% male audience, which is crazy because we got CC Mental, we got Stashnet right here.
Yeah.
My mom's in here.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And it should pick up the times your wife laughs from the other room.
So
You would think?
So what does that tell you about the how they program these things that tell you that? I mean, and you can't even believe them.
They're not doing a very good job. That's what it tells me.
Well, let's stop pretending YouTube is,
Look at that.
There you go,
very
Saboteur.
nice. Very nice. Saboteur's going to make me go get mine.
The one with the Switch.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me see yours because we talked about this before. Let me see your Switch. Okay, you have the Switch on the top. Hang on. See, this is the point in the show when Mike gets up.
Shift stick.
We're going to compare our Switches.
Just don't be carrying. I can't forget it. Jokes out the door. Bye. See you when you're funny. Aquarium needs. Oh wow! The
Cackle is legendary. So I think I've shown this to you before. Mine is on the side.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there I see it.
I bought this
Like a
back.
toggle switch.
I think I bought this in 2003 at a local game store, and they had
You
it
ready
there.
for
and
this?
They were selling Saturns for $20, and they were selling this for $30 because it was you could play Japanese games, and it was like, you gotta be kidding me, give me that.
This,
Wow.
I kid you not, is my launch Saturn. This is my 1995
Wow,
launch Saturn.
Wow.
very nice.
It has lasted me for 6 years. You've been comparing your Switch. Well, you weren't here earlier, Stashnet, when we were.
Wait a minute, Stashnet. Is that a little Switch envy that I'm picking up there?
Mike, you realize last time you were on, it was the night of the great YouTube outage.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. So I think Peter and Chris are frozen in place.
No, I'm here.
I think
Okay.
that's funny, Peter.
It's,
Chris.
it's the background. It's the
Peter,
best
what are you
one.
playing?
It is.
Peter?
I'm not playing anything.
I think we're all thrown off because we didn't have a show yesterday.
What have you guys been playing lately?
Well,
Vampire.
Vampire Survivor.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Call of Duty.
What was that story today that Microsoft and Nintendo reached a 10-year deal to
Yeah.
have Call of
And
Duty
Valve,
on it?
Steam. I mean,
and Steve.
Yeah. The 10-year deal where they would be putting Call of Duty on Switches. I would have been surprised if we putting more Activision games on a Switch. I'm not sure if Diablo 4 was going to be on Switch anyways. I mean, that'd make a good Switch game, but
Well, you better believe they're going to keep putting Crash Bandicoot and whatnot on there. I would.
yeah.
So yeah, that was.
And then Gabe wrote back saying like, "Oh, you don't have to send us anything. Like, your word is as good as
That's
has always
right.
been."
Product placement.
Which is funny because Gabe used to hate Microsoft. So this was
Well, but that was before Epic too. The before Epic Games. Let's say it that way.
All right, so all three of you have Xbox Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
What would you say are like the current Game Pass games? What are some of the top ones that I should play?
Plague's Tale Requiem.
100%.
Plague Tale Requiem.
My game of the year.
Really?
Mine too.
Wow.
Plague
And
Tale
I've played
Requiem.
God of War, Ragnarok, and
right.
Vampire Survivor also in there.
Vampire Survivor is good for.
Yeah, I gotta look into it.
If you can play it on PC, play it on PC. If you're keyboard playing.
Although I will say that
It's the only game that I religiously play on PC.
I will say that playing it on cloud gaming on my phone with the touch controls is really good.
I tried that once, and it was so laggy. That was like, go to the right.
Oh,
and
I
you see the guy like.
I didn't have any issues, but I was on my 5G, so
Yeah, so
I did that.
yeah.
That Razor Kishi, man, that thing works great.
The
I was
Kishi is so good.
I was playing Vampire Survivor in bed with that. That was great.
you know
Death's
that the
Door.
new Razer. I forgot the name. That's
Oh, the latest
Cloud
one
Play
coming?
Razer device. It's actually Razer Kishi 2.0
Mhm.
that you clamp on a device.
Is it just Bluetooth?
No, that one actually has 5G, or you can get it with 5G.
Okay.
I don't know if it's out yet though. Is it out yet?
I don't know, because what I like about the Kishi is the Kishi plugs in. It plugs into the USB port, and that's how it plays. So I don't have to Bluetooth it to the system.
Yeah, that might be the same way. I don't know. It's that device is really an Android phone without the phone. It's an Android device.
I tried playing cloud gaming on Game Pass, and I gotta tell you, it works really well.
Mhm.
It does. It does.
I tried Doom. Was it like the 2016 one? I'm not a Doom player, but I knew there'd be a lot of action, so I wanted to try it. And yeah, it worked really well. I was
Especially
shocked.
if you
I
don't
thought it would
want
be
to
terrible.
download a game, you just want to play through the cloud without downloading. And if you end up not liking it, you don't have to worry about uninstalling it.
True.
Something like that.
It's also nice if you need like an achievement in one of those reward games. It's like, oh, you need one achievement in this set of games. Like, oh, that's on cloud, and that was easy. Like, do that.
That I didn't even think about that. See, this is Peter's the brains of our operation.
Mhm.
I would never have thought of that.
Jeff, try Somerville also.
Some
I'll
of
play
it.
that one. If you like War of the Worlds, it's got all that vibe. It's real good. I don't know if you ever played. What were those two games, Mike? That from that studio, the two guys. Dang it, having a brain fart.
Oh, no, sorry.
The other two games they made in black and white, where they go, decide.
Oh, Limbo and
Limbo,
Inside.
Yeah.
5-year-old. Yeah. I was going to say, I mean, these cars are awesome. They're a little expensive, but for a 5-year-old, I'd probably wait.
Yeah.
But I mean, Bayonetta 3. No, I'm kidding. Animal Crossing is still a great.
No, yeah.
And I think it's it's good for the. I think for that age it would be fun because they're so explorative. They're like, if that's a word.
The last Mario Party is a ton of fun. It's online, and
There you go.
the games are simple.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Family friendly.
there's so many things out there. I mean, the Kirby games are great.
Oh yeah, Kirby. What the heck's that one called? Something with allies. It's on the easy side, and it's a lot of fun.
I mean, Hades is a cute little game.
Oh, Hades. I can't stand that game.
You can't?
No, I'm not. I've gotten out of these roguelikes that your whole point is to die.
Uh-huh.
But
Tunic.
Wait, what'd you say?
Tunic. I think that one is still
Tunic is
on Game
good
Pass,
if you
right?
like Zelda.
Oh, I really like Tunic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Brian F said Lego games for
Yeah.
kids.
Oh yeah, the
speaking
new
of Lego-
Star Wars one is
Game Pass.
just
oh
in Game
yes,
Pass.
the Skywalker
Yeah.
saga.
Skywalker Saga.
Well, and I don't think there'd be anything wrong with StashNet looking into the. Why not get them kind of started in that retro area too, and get that Atari 50
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they have some reimagined games on there, and then some classics.
What about the games that come with Nintendo Online?
Yeah, that's
Well,
plenty
yeah.
in there.
I mean, that's going
NES,
to be the
NES.
beauty of it. They'll get the Switch, and then they have access to all the Super Nintendo. The Nintendo.
How about Disney's Tsum Tsum Festival?
I don't know. That seems
Yeah,
like
how
a
about
bootlegger
that?
thing.
What is that?
Let's see. Test your skill with 11 challenging games.
There's little, yeah.
mini game.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a Japanese thing than Tsum stuff.
Well, they sell them at the Disney stores. The little characters that they're just a little like a pill like with all the characters.
Oh, it looks like there's probably a mobile game at some point that they actually threw on here as well. That's now a 2-player game. Collect up to 100 of your beloved Tsums.
Another good game for Game Pass.
Reimagined for Atlantis.
What's
Game
that?
Pass
Peter?
game is Immortals Phoenix Rising. I think it's leaving Game Pass soon.
That's really fun. I actually like that game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too. I was like, I've
Yeah,
thought about picking it up for so many times, and like I kept postponing it, and then they added it to Game Pass. Like, okay, now I don't have no longer have an excuse for not giving it a go. And
I
really love
got
that game.
that like a few months after the fact on the Switch because man, Ubisoft their games just drop like a rock. The prices
yeah,
after not too long.
Mhm. Yeah.
There was some game from that just came out on the Switch, and I'm like, oh no, it wasn't that. I'm sorry. The new Mario versus Mario and Rabbids game came out, and it's like, I'm not getting that now because I mean it's a great game, but I'm not. The first one, like 6 months later, they were selling for $15. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait then.
yeah. What
Trek
yeah.
to Yomi.
Yeah.
Trek to Yomi is another fantastic game.
Right.
Yeah.
You played that on your channel, didn't you?
I did, and I think you finished it, right, Chris?
Yep.
I
And Peter did
recently
too.
finished it.
yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay. It's a phenomenal game. That's my 2022 game of the year.
One game too that y'all might like. That's coming to Game Pass soon. Is High on Life. That's coming out next week.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
What's
looks
that deal with?
hilarious.
It's a game based on Rick and Morty.
Oh, I gotcha.
Or, I'm sorry,
Running
not
around with
based
talking.
on.
Yeah.
It's
From the
by
Rick and
the
Morty.
right. It's
right?
by the writers of Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Ah,
I mean, your
But
guns have personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guns they speak to you. So
It is sad to know
weapon.
though that one of those writers of Rick and Morty wrote that last Thor travesty.
oh really? Yeah.
No, not the Thor travesty, the Doctor Strange travesty.
Mm.
God, what a piece of shit that was.
I haven't seen a Marvel movie in 3 years.
You're the fortunate one.
That's because I'm smart enough to make that choice.
Well, and I made it just one movie too late. Doctor Strange. I was just talking to my buddy about it the other day because he liked it. He's like, "Oh, I like." I go, "Okay, well, here's a few points, and that's all there is to it." I'm
like
glad you enjoyed it.
I like
If
the
you
first
enjoy
one.
it, you enjoy it.
You know,
I just don't like the dumbed down thoughts in these movies.
Assassin's Creed. You know what? Forget Assassin's Creed for a second. This is kind of you got to have an appetite for a game like this.
Mhm.
Outer Wilds. So, Outer Wilds is it's like a space exploration kind of game, a planet exploration kind of game with a hair bit of action adventure. And it's different, but it's addicting. And it's not the Outer Worlds. That's the Obsidian Studios RPG, which is also a phenomenal game. This is Outer Wilds, WILDS.
You know what another good game is that's in Game Pass? It's my 4 years in a row. My game of the year is SnowRunner. SnowRunner. Can't go.
what
wrong
is
with that.
SnowRunner?
What is SnowRunner? Well, you driving a whole bunch of trucks, different makes and models, and with trailers and stuff, and it's a extreme environment, and lots of snow, lots of dirt, mud.
There it is.
You have to use winches and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
a
a
bunch
cool
of
game.
challenges to haul your load and build up certain areas.
You can play
They got
online
a
together.
Switch version. They got a PS4 version, PS5, Xbox.
Mhm.
So you just like shovel in the snow?
Well, you have to drive through the snow, or attempting to, or mud. And you get stuck, and
That's all about driving through
fuel
different
management, and
You got to
you drive
deliver like
fuel
they got-
trucks and cranes
gas.
and different kinds of trailers, different kind of logs, short logs, long logs.
It's one of those experience games.
Have you ever played like the farming version of that?
I've done that. Yeah.
Look at how he said, yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, you buy it and you play it once, and then it's like everything takes so long. And it's like,
The graphics are beautiful.
yeah, it's really it's a lot of fun.
Snow runner.
JW, do you need snowboard kids? Because that would be awesome.
There's no snowboarding. Although you can tumble down a hill and lay on your roof, and hopefully you have some cranes or some winches and autonomous winches that will be able to still get you back on your wheels. But
Now slow down, Peter. You've already sold me on it.
Now I'm looking at Walmart. Walmart does have the Mario Kart live home circuit for $69.
Hmm.
That's what I paid.
Does it work very well on carpeting?
It does.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just not heavy carpeting, but all the carpeting I've got, which is like it's I don't know what do you guys know the terms for different kinds of carpeting? I mean, it's nowhere near shag. It's just a nice
Okay.
regular. Yeah, you would run anywhere in your house, Jeff, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and that's like I say, the beauty of it is that you're just and the distance is pretty good too. I could drive mine. I think I could have made it all the way through the living room up in the front of the house from pretty much the back of the house. It does kind of glitch a little bit on the camera, a little, and that's when you know you're a little out of bounds, but it stuck with it, and I was, yeah.
It's a pleasant Berber.
Berber. Thank you. Yes, it's a pleasant Berber.
It's a pleasant Berber.
The only carpet terms I know is does the drapes match the carpet?
And there it is.
Got to bring it back once in a while, Mike.
That was
We're all adults here.
Thanks, Retro. I don't feel so alone anymore.
that comment was in the very first Office episode when
That's right. That's right.
Michael had Jan in the office, and what's his friend's name? The salesman who's a real jack.
Starts with a T.
I know who you're talking about.
The bald guy.
Yeah.
He put him on speaker, and he was saying all these terrible things about Jan. It was hilarious. And that was one of the things he said.
Oh crap! Why can't I think his name?
Hold on, I'm getting there. Because I see him. I know exactly who you're talking
Starts
about.
with a T.
Todd
doesn't it?
Packer.
Packer.
Todd Packer.
Hacker.
Stashnet, I'm going to let this one slide, but one more, and you're going to be put in a 5-minute timeout.
People love to push it on this show. You should make an offer.
Nice.
My thing is too, the one thing I'm looking forward to trying is I always like with train sets and stuff, I always like the idea of going uphill and then working the way back. So I'm kind of eager to do some ramp things with those as well. And I just have a blast with those.
I would be interested. That's the one thing, and I don't want to say it too loud so that Seth and Spencer get any ideas, but I've never tried running those things off of a ramp before.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Just, I mean, not like rant, not like Evel Knievel.
No,
by the
but-
way,
but-
The Great Affairs, you must check out their new song. I'll put it on here. the great affairs. I had them on my show. The singer guitar player is from my hometown. Their new Christmas holiday song is called Santa Lost My List. And in parentheses, I didn't get shit. So
I'd
that's
hate to.
true,
I'd
Mike.
hate,
It's not a family song. for all you.
I'd hate to hear what they sing about Hanukkah.
Well, the thing about it is that this is like straight out of my childhood. So the things they're talking about, I'm not even gonna. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. So just check it out. I'll put it on here, and it's wonderful. It's,
Kind of my childhood too. A couple years.
There you go. Santa lost my list. I didn't get shit.
JWD got a ripcord racer caught in two of his sisters.
Oh no!
That is awesome.
You're talking about the ones with the wheel in the middle, and you yank it like that. And oh man, those were great. Oh, how did I do that? I did a semicolon instead of an apostrophe.
What would be excellent is if that is actually what the how they did it on the album.
Why does it say Papa Pete? It's Coco. Oh my God!
Whoa! He gave us the nostrils.
The nostrils
Hey guys,
of death.
good to see ya.
Salvatore's got to run. See you,
Hey.
Salvatore.
He so wants
Can't
this
pop on to
rematch.
chase Salvador away.
He does not like me. He wants that rematch.
Yeah,
And
when are
look,
we going to do that?
We've got our two teams.
We're right here.
We could always battle in Tsum Tsum Festival.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'll have you know, I've been making sure that I spent the last 8 months or a year, whatever, since we played last, not practicing. Just
I actually set my Xbox Series X on fire after that night.
I don't think I've played it since then.
Yeah, I haven't played it since either.
I play it almost every day.
Every time I go down my list and I see Rocket League, I get PTSD. So I just,
Do you kind of shudder a little bit?
I do. I just there's nothing. There really isn't anything wrong.
I'm going to get you a Rocket League T-shirt. It'll be like kryptonite. You'll be like,
right. And it's got your picture on it.
I can just see your wife walking in. What's the matter, Mike? I don't know. I put this shirt on and I can't get up.
Pete was like Johnny Fever on that episode of KRP where he was drinking and he kept getting better hitting that button.
yeah.
Well, that's and apparently is what happened with Pete. Gets drunk, gets better, starts trashing us in French.
So Pete, did you answer us? What do we want to know? Take a piss? What was that?
Oh no.
In French.
Oh yeah, he said.
Pisé.
Pisé.
Il pleut comme un vache qui pisse. Raining cats and dogs translates to il pleut comme un vache qui pisse. It's raining like a pissing cow.
That is outstanding. That's outstanding.
Where
is Jay? Where did Graphic God go? Well, it's 10:17. It's 10:17 where you guys are. You went to bed.
Yeah, 10:17. I'm not in bed.
Well, but that you're,
The
Jay,
cat's in bed, but not puppy.
The cat never gets out of the bed.
Pete's got his GoGameGo pajamas on.
Jay's an old man, so
That's
right. We should have GoGameGo flannel pajamas. Get them for Christmas. Ordered by midnight.
Oh boy, the wise would love that. On
he's trying to fist bump you. The cat is trying to fist bump you.
I just don't. Sometimes Coco does some things at just the right moment where you're like, God, that cat and Pete are like synced up. I don't know. He'll start a video and she'll just put her paw out there on something.
Find yourself someone that loves you like Coco.
What are you doing?
How old is Coco, Papa Pete?
Coco is 14.
Wow.
Wow.
She's 14. Yeah, she's not young by any stretch, but yeah.
Yeah, my oldest cat, I think, is 16. Actually, she was born in 06, so.
Oh, how old, Chris? 16?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've recently found, we have one older cat, Treacle, who's been in a couple of videos, but not many. She's a black cat. We have her paper stuff where we got her from the SPCA in 07, sorry, 07. So she's the oldest, and we got Coco the next year.
Yeah.
So, and Coco was just somebody who had gotten her from the SPCA and then couldn't keep her. So
mostly we see Treacle's butt as they hop up on the.
When Treacle gets on her,
takes them off.
Standing right here.
Puts them on the floor. Oh, there's the cat butt again.
Look at my ass.
Keep your ass off my show.
I heard you don't give a cat's ass, so I gave one back to you.
There it is. Check it out. Cat's ass right there. Pete, did you order up you saw me talk about these cars before? Did you get these at all?
I did not. I don't really even have a place I don't have any sort of circular place to play it.
Well, the cool part about it too is that the turning radius is really good.
Yeah.
So, you don't have to have a huge space.
I could probably set it up like in my living room, sort of push everything back, and it's like 30, 40 feet or whatever like that, and set it up. But
Pete, why don't you lay all your Intellivision games down one by one and then use it as a track? See if you can keep it on the game.
I asked in the chat if you could put planks and plywood on your stairs and make it like multi-level and stuff,
Or better use your Xbox games because you got like 800 of them, don't you?
Well, I know, man.
Yeah,
you've almost got that is something I so bow down to you on, man. How you have found half of these.
Oh, it's fun. I find them wherever, right? Wherever I can go, I just stop and take a look. And if there's sometimes now though, we're at the point now where I'll look and there's a store like, oh wow, they got like 500 games sitting there and I need 4, So we're not hillbilly. What's that mean?
I don't know.
I thought you knew.
Hey, Michael Hayes.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Michael Hayes.
What's
a great
up?
show last night, Pete, with Michael.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks again, Mike, for coming on. Anybody didn't see that? Take a look. It's good. Michael conveys all of his television programming knowledge on us. It's like, wow. Passion for the system, I'm telling you.
And Pete, you put another video out during the show. Now you're on the show. It's amazing.
I know. And then I got
everywhere.
to do a little recording for the Intellivision Aries in about an hour and a half.
Man, who the hell are you? Phil Collins from the 80s?
Hey.
It's freaking everywhere.
If I could just figure a way to make it work for my wallet.
I know, right? I just can't wait till they get like a bullet train from Canada to here, and then you can just come see us real quick.
There you go. I can't wait for that either. I was going to say, you said you were playing somewhere in January. I said, I think, is that place by the gas station? Might be in that direction there in January. I don't know.
Gas station.
The gas station. Yeah.
Over by the gas station there.
Wherever there's a restroom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Wherever there's a restroom. Just need a place to piss.
Busy.
But yeah, no, it's kind of a nice place where we're playing. It's somewhere we go on the holidays because it's St. Charles Main Street is what it is, and so it's a lot of older buildings, and then they do a bunch of decorations, and they'll have characters from, like, sometimes they have all the different Santas around the world, and they'll have characters from A Christmas Carol walking around.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's nice. My drummer is kicking ass with that stuff. Next thing, today he's like, "Hey, what about this date?" And I'm like, "Whoa, what? You got another gig? Awesome!" So, because I'm in charge of posting everything, so I do that, and organize set lists and all that stuff. So it's great that he's out there. He's pretty much retired, so he gets out there. And
I wish I was pretty much retired.
you and me both, brother.
That would be nice.
That would be nice.
It will be nice. It's gonna
Pete's
happen.
going- Pete, are you going to make it first?
I might. I don't know.
It's a battle between you and Stuart.
Yeah. When are you thinking about it?
I am preciously close.
Oh,
That doesn't
What the
tell
hell
me
does that mean? Preciously close.
I don't know.
Precious.
Sometime between June 2027 and tomorrow.
Okay, well there you go. All right.
It won't be any further than June 2027. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I wish I could say that. Maybe about 10, 15 more years for me.
Oh wow, yeah, definitely.
Pete, when you retire, you can put out like 3 videos a day.
I didn't mean to put a video up really during the show. I am not a reaction video person. You know, I don't do this. And I thought, you know what, this does affect me and I really care. So I'll just try to ramble on for a minute. And then it took me a little bit longer because, as you guys both know, I take forever to edit and put it all together, stuff like that. So what I thought I'd put out in half an hour, it took me 2.5 hours to put out. So it just ended up popping up during the
Yeah,
show.
that whole situation kind of pisses me off. It's like, you couldn't lock your doors?
Yeah, but it sounded to me like they're driving down the road and they get stopped.
Oh, they got pulled over in a truck?
I don't. That's just my take on it.
Oh my gosh, like guys, I'm picturing like a Brinks truck robbery or something where guys come out and jeez.
And I don't want to reveal any spoiler, but are there tears on your video?
No.
Okay.
Like I say, at the end of the day, do I care about it being like a 2 months late, 2 months late, 6 months late? Not particularly, but it just sucks, right? The
Yeah, it's silly,
people, you know?
kooky.
And that poor company, because frankly, that's the only thing I worry about is that's something they got to go out and buy all new ones. Surely they have insurance, but what's that going to cost them?
Yeah.
In the long run, what's an insurance claim like that going to cost them? So that's
Well, I mean, there goes all their profits off of this deal.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, like that's devastating for that company, and that company is they've been deluxe, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's a
I
sad.
went to their
that is-
website and they have a thing up there saying, prepare for delays because there's about to be a strike, a postal strike.
That's been up there for a while though. Like that's been an ongoing thing, not to do with this, but that's just the postal strike. Like you guys have postal strikes, or are your mailmen even unionized there?
No.
No,
We have unionized.
We
postal
had
workers,
one.
so we have strikes on occasion. But
y'all remember
Right
when Nintendo they had a deal where people were stealing truckloads of the little figures that you can.
The Amiibo?
Amiibo.
Yeah, right. Didn't they have something like that where they had a shortage of that? People were stealing them.
I didn't hear about that, Chris, but without a doubt,
I think that was early on, like in the first year when they were. I mean, you had to go stand in line at stores to get these things in the morning back then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What happened to the EverCade? What's the story?
What
Well,
happened?
I can't stress this enough that I want to retire.
Shameless plug right there. It is kind of one of the outlying reasons that Jeff and I did this in the beginning.
There you go.
And it was because of this that we met up. I think Jeff, didn't you get to know Mike through OEB Pete?
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
show?
Like I think a lot of us
I met everyone through
All
OEB.
that-
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's kind of how we all met up.
Yes.
Yeah. It honestly, I mean, it all stemmed from one show we did in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
We interviewed Tommy Tallarico, and a whole bunch of people popped in that chat, and OEB Pete was there, and somehow I went over to his channel, started hanging out with him. We started talking. We started, just kind of hanging out. I was doing some of his Amigo All Access shows, and then from there I met pretty much all of you guys, and we, Chris, Peter, and I got introduced to all of you guys through that, and now you guys are all also, wonderful, awesome members of the Gamers United Guild.
Yep.
And so it's all come full circle. And so is Pete as the EverCanadian channel.
Yeah.
As is Retro Rich Haywood,
I
Bacon
mean,
Ice Cream
yeah.
Productions. As is, I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
right.
we brought the
Keeping
whole
down
lot
the
of you in.
left.
DJC,
Scallywag.
Wait a
Hey,
minute.
Scallywag.
Now, how did you
Nick?
three meet? Mike, Chris, and Peter. How'd you guys meet?
Well, I started, I guess I found Mike's NOG channel. And so I would be in the chat. That's, a few years back. And just over time, I made other friends in the chat. And I think one time I asked Mike, I'd like to come on if he, needed someone to come on. And so he invited me on a panel one time. And then I think what really kicked it off was we all jumped in and played Horizon 3, I think, right, Peter? So we all jumped in a party chat, and that's when we really kicked it off. And ever since then, we just stayed friends, and here we are. And two other buddies on NOG in the chat, we ended up doing our own little podcast for a little bit because we met on NOG chat. So, so yeah, it's a small world, but it's amazing, how you can meet people online. I mean, I've met people before, playing on Xbox and stuff like that. But yeah, I love it, and meeting you guys and all that. Like Mike said, ever since the time Tommy was on, and I always remind him how things really kicked off, and be able to. We branched off from the typical Xbox and PlayStation crowds out there that they get a little stupid, and just it's great just to be around you guys and just chill and have fun. And
that's cool. How did Papa Pete meet Coco?
The poor sap got brought into my house one day. And it's like, okay, this is cat number 3 at the time. And it's like, I have the wife and the daughter who just would do, we want to keep it. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
And I don't know. I guess I kind of like her. Even when she bites me.
Even when she bites me.
So my wife got in this kick where she decided, I'm going to foster kittens.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't tell how many litters we had in there and just dealing with all that. But we ended up adopting 2 out of it, and they're great. They're still young, but I know my oldest cat. I was telling you about her name. It's a tuxedo cat. Her name is Celine. I named her after the Mustang Celine.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny when people say Celine, you mean the eye drop saline? I'm like,
oh, saline.
You're like, no, Celine, not saline.
Well, can't you be true?
Yeah.
Well, Mike has up there. That kitten is on his lap as always. Last night for a while there, I had Coco and Mike had his cat on his lap, and Bongo was sitting there with Jeff. So it's like, here are the 3 of us on there, all with a cat.
We could
it's
probably
like
do a show with all our cats,
3 Dr. Evils.
Yeah.
My brother Invader's in the chat.
So now, do you guys live near each other at all, or what?
They live together in the same house like the monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all testing the Miko with Mike together.
See, Mike plays that piano down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And that's how we roll.
Like the monkeys.
Try to wait.
That is our goal, though. One day is to buy a big giant mansion and all live. No, our goal is actually to one day all 3 meet together. Now I've met Peter live, so Peter and I have actually hung out live. He's close enough to me to where we're like 90 minutes from each other.
Oh, okay.
Chris, not so much. Chris is in Texas, but the goal for us is to all 3 of us one day to be able to converge, even if it's like here, and do a live show together.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about meeting up at the what was that one convention you went to, Mike? Anything came in or
Too Many Games.
Too many games, yeah.
But then we also brought up maybe PAX East. So we'll figure it out.
There you
Yeah,
go,
we
Big Brother GOG edition. Nice. So
Yeah, definitely need to do that. Yeah, I mean, Jeff and I are like, Jeff moved, so he's like within 15 minutes.
Oh wow, he's within everybody loves Raymond distance.
Yeah. And I'm 24 hours the other way.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, just right in the middle now. It's like,
Until I met you and Jay, I didn't think there was anybody in the continental North America that could actually be an hour ahead of me.
there you go, right?
And there,
I didn't know that was a thing either.
I didn't either. I'm like, what do you mean it's 10 o'clock there? I'm like, it's 9.
That's right.
It's Eastern Standard Time. He's like, nope. So
Atlantic Standard Time. Then you have Newfoundland Standard Time, which is another half hour on top of that, because those Newfoundlanders, they got to be just a little bit different. And that's okay. That's why we love them.
That's right.
Once you
Invaders
go
up
to
there.
permanent daylight savings time. It'll be
True.
It's
We'll catch
20
up.
minutes
2
away.
hours.
No,
We're,
they used to be 20 minutes away. Not
We're
anymore.
still planning on a trip down, because definitely have to go up and see the St. Louis Arch. Got to go up to the top of the arch, and if we're there, maybe we'll run into Jeff and Stu. But
You come in the right month, like April or May, and you can see a Cardinal game and a Blues game, Pete.
there you go. Hey, doesn't get better than that.
And my gig if you come in April. So
Right on.
there you go.
Yeah, Mike's right. An hour and a half. It's only a half hour ahead for me, man. It's only a half hour ahead for me. Yeah. No, we're going over to St. Louis sometime. We don't know when we're going to get there, but Mama C and I'll be making a road trip someday.
Well, we'll be here, Pete. We're not going anywhere.
Just looking to retire. That's it.
Yeah.
When we moved, the requirement was Stu had to be at least 20 minutes away. Wait a minute.
Well, she's no okay. GoGameGo said that she was even being mean to me because she's always mean to him, and now she's
Damn.
short.
Can I get a light bulb emoji?
Oh my word!
Mike, have you ever seen the show?
I have. It never clicked. It didn't click. And now I feel like even more of an absolute moron.
Well, that's what I put in earlier. I guess Mike is not familiar with CC.
And now it all. I don't look. It's been a bad week. Just leave me alone.
Thank you.
These guys will tell you with my job right now. I come out of work just absolutely exhausted. So I need a.
Because what do you do all day?
I'm in IT.
Oh yeah,
and it is
putting out
lately,
fires right and left.
Yeah, it's been very exhausting.
Well, then my cup holder.
Then I guess I need to talk.
That's old tech now, isn't it?
Huh?
That's old tech. I broke off my cup holder. Well, what
Yeah.
you should do, you should pack that up, put it back in,
Yes.
put it in the box, put some stamps on it, and mail it back because you're too stupid to have a computer.
Yes. Where's the any key?
Mike, do you ever do that to people? Do you show up at their desk and go, move?
I do not, but I love that. Now I'm not that kind of IT
Yeah,
guy.
not
I have
that kind of IT.
I have underlings to do that.
Yeah.
I
have underlings that go, move.
I'm management. I don't have to do that.
Well then, Mike, I need your help then. We'll have to talk later.
I'm off the clock.
So I just need to get a new computer. So
One set of advice. Good luck.
All right, guys, we're in overtime. I don't want to keep you. I know you're all busy. You got another show tomorrow.
Hell did we talk about tonight? I love this.
Topic 1.
That's right.
goodbye.
Yeah.
Was it one of our
Oh my goodness.
GoGameGo came on? And
Yes, that's how they taught us how to go an hour and a half before we hit our first topic. We learned
Hour
this
and
from them.
58 minutes. Don't cheat yourself.
You mean they taught? We used to do an hour, right? They and when they came on, now we, before it was just an hour. Now after that is an hour and a half, right?
Yeah, we don't even know.
It was about 4 hours that night.
We
I
may
don't know
not
how I
have
lasted
topics,
that long
but we're
without going to the
trendsetters.
bathroom.
The invaders are up in Canada too, Mike. Papa Pete.
I know.
Yeah.
I believe he's on Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Pete, when you
Anybody
come
around
down here,
there
you should rent out a big van, and as you're coming down, just start picking up different YouTubers that you know, and
Well, I've talked about that, doing the sweep out through, go out through to like
That'd be cool.
through Ontario and get down into Detroit, stop at Chuck's and stop at various places like through Ohio. And there's so many people that I've met over the years and stuff. It's really kind of cool. You could make quite a trip out of it.
Absolutely. And do videos the whole time,
Absolutely.
you know? So,
Here we go.
And then Lance. I was
Surely
waiting for all
what's
this.
happening.
wait, did Nell Carter ever make it on Buck Rogers?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm making my way through Buck Rogers in the 20th century. I bought it on DVD and it's been in my collection for years, and I'm finally watching it.
I've been wanting to watch that series.
It's
There you go,
and
Pete.
they just had the one why can't Gary Coleman was on playing the president. He was from Buck's time frame. So
So was Buck Rogers kind of similar to? It was like the Love Boat. We had all these special guests coming on.
yes. Yes. And
Well,
sometimes just as corny.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you know, they didn't make it until they had the Harlem Globetrotters on.
Right.
Gilligan's Island did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
They did. They did.
Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's a given. No, I'd forgotten that. Yes, Gilligan's Island had the Harlem Globetrotters, and yet the Harlem Globetrotters could never just take them with them when they got off the island.
Yeah.
And I have to agree with this.
Aaron Gray versus
Yeah.
the loser.
Although I have to say that whatever her name is, Princess or Dama, whatever,
Princess Adama?
or Dama or
I
something,
was gonna
whatever
say,
she is, she's on that.
Adama was
it Adama?
Battlestar Galactica. Well, no, that was
Well, yeah,
Battlestar
right,
Galactica.
right. That's Battlestar, but this one is similar. It's very similar in name, and she's really pretty too. So, but
I don't know. We were having a couple of friends of mine and I were having a conversation earlier about Tomb Raider, Angelina Jolie versus Alicia Vikander.
well, they're apples and oranges.
They are. They're apples and Angelina Jolie.
I thought you were gonna go with melons or something.
Or coconuts.
Yeah.
I
Big bag of wig nut. Well,
In French, please.
wig nut.
oh my lord.
Read your audience, please, in French.
Right.
I just did my French the other night.
Read the room, dude. Read the room.
Did you? You need to listen to Marseille, and then you just tell me everything that they say.
Marseille.
Yeah, by well, here in the States it was Angel City, because they had to change their name from The Angels, because there was a female singing group in the States called The Angels. So anyway, but they're from Australia, The Angels. Check it out, Marseille.
Cool.
And right at the end, I got to play bass, and I have to do this French-speaking part. So, yeah.
Just end every sentence with and ooh la la.
Voulez-vous promenade avec moi ce soir? Très bien.
Pete, are you going to give us a live Go Game Gone?
Oh yeah, because I can't type
French, please.
Oh, wait a minute. So, next level game, you guys have a live show tomorrow night for the Game Awards?
Yes,
Correct.
we are live. We are live streaming the Game Awards. We got
Live reaction.
not the Video Game Awards because Keeley doesn't call it that anymore.
They changed the name? I didn't know that.
Yes, because you know,
Are board games eligible now?
right? Well, you know, we call that esports. Now it'll be on at 7:30. We start at 7:30 and go until it's done.
So I know it's something that you're covering, but is there anything that you are looking forward to seeing on it? Is there a category where you're like, oh, this is what we've been waiting for?
No.
Good
No,
answer.
Trust me, folks, it's going to be a great show.
Again, don't care about the actual awards because, well, we talked about this last week. There were so many games that just were not there that should have been.
Yeah.
That it's just a joke.
Well, you guys should do like a backdrop with a silhouette of you guys and do it like
Yes.
Mystery Science Theater.
Science Theater. There we go. Cousin Bourne's got it. Hoping for Sonic City too.
No, but we mainly look forward to reveals, first time reveals of games.
Yeah.
Reveal trailer. I mean, Xbox has been pretty good in the past couple of years where they did reveal Hellblade 2. They revealed the Series X when it first, showing it off. And I think, what was Perfect Dark?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
So, I mean, that stuff is kind of cool to see. Some of the indie games, I look forward to the indie games awards. And there is one indie game, which is the one that's in the Game of the Year, Mike, Peter?
Plague Tale.
No, indie game. Stray. Yeah, I guess so. If you want. Yeah. There's a game right there. If you like cats, Papa Pete.
Right on.
Yeah. That's
You might like that one.
Le PlayStation.
Pete, I thought I told you Go Game Gone in French.
Allons-y. Les jeux. Et parti.
Now I need to spell that out and put that on a T-shirt.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
It was fun, guys.
Yeah.
And,
Sorry I was late.
And then you want to just after the new year, we'll do a Rocket League.
Down for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's anywhere from January to December.
Yeah. I'll catch you guys. I'll try to catch you guys on an off day.
Perfect.
Jeff and I are going to stand right behind Stuart, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do what we did last time. In order for us to win, we just got on Stu's team.
Pete, we'll just chase each other around in our cars, and we'll let Stuart go ahead and score.
That's all that happens.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll see you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Good night. Play on, gamers.